Good morning. I'm RJ Baxter, your out-of-the-box lender with your Saturday strategy. I hope you guys had a great week. And this week, I wanted to share a very timely topic. With today's market, how it is for buyers, it's so competitive, so frustrating out there. You're probably submitting some offers this weekend. So this is very timely for you for some tips on how to get your buyers' offers accepted. I've got 8 different ones for you to help your buyer's offer stand out and hopefully get accepted. So let's jump right into it. So the first one that I found is really effective is for you as the buyer's agent to simply call the listing agent and ask them what the seller is looking for. Maybe it's something really unique or something you didn't even think of. And my next couple tips are actually things the seller might be looking for, but find out what that unique thing is that the seller wants. It may not always be the highest and best offer or a cash buyer. It might be something very specific. So ask the listing agent, what is the seller looking for in this case? The next one is offer a rent back. A lot of sellers want rent backs in today's market, and this can be really key to finding out to getting the offer accepted. Maybe they're willing to accept a little bit lower offer if you have a buyer that's flexible and can give that seller the month or 45-day rent back that they're looking for. So that can be a really effective way to get offers accepted. Now, from a lending perspective, I get this question a lot. The longest rent back that we can do on an owner-occupied property is 60 days. So that's something important to keep in mind. If it's more than 60 days, the buyer has to purchase the property as an investment property because they must move into the house within 60 days for it to be owner-occupied. Something important to keep in mind. The next thing is to communicate to the listing side that you can close faster than the big banks. If you have a pre-approval from myself, from a reputable company like Fairway or someone else, where you can confidently write up an offer with a shorter timeline, that can be very attractive to a seller and help make your buyer's offer stand out. The next one is to text your reviews to the listing agent. So when you submit the offer, if you have an online presence, hopefully positive, text your online reviews to the listing agent so that they can see that you're a professional, that you have a good reputation for closing on time, doing business the right way, communicating. And that's something we do on the lending side too, is to text our reviews to the listing side. So that can be a really effective thing that you can do to set your professional team apart for your buyer from maybe other offers. The next one is to have your buyer write up a love letter for the property. Why do they love this property? How do they envision their family in this home? Talk a little bit about their situation and their family and what their hopes and dreams with living in that home. This can go a long ways towards making that emotional connection for the seller to your buyer and their family, and can help make your offer stand out. The next one is to have your lender call the listing agent. This is something that we do on every offer, and your lender should be doing this because it helps to reassure the listing side that the lender is professional, they're responsive, and that they do their homework on the pre-approval. This is something that we communicate. We communicate the strength of the buyer. We don't communicate specifics, obviously, but we go into the fact that we document things properly. We thoroughly review everything. In my case, we have an underwriter on my personal team that reviews the file in a lot of cases, unless it's just a completely vanilla transaction where we know that they're approved. We have our underwriter look at it ahead of time. So that can be really effective. And that goes into number 7, is that your lender has a thorough pre-approval checklist that they go through to make sure nothing is missed on the pre-approval, which is something we do on every single one, and something we communicate to the listing side just to reassure them that we did our homework and we're not going to run into roadblocks once we're under contract to make the contract fall out. And then the last one is, if your buyer is looking at condos or making an offer on a condo, is to make sure that the lender you're working with is an expert on condos and knows how to structure these deals. Condos can be structured in certain ways to make the approval of the HOA a little bit more lax, so that process isn't quite as arduous. Also, Fairway has a condo database where we can look up the condo ahead of time and see if there's any red flags or anything that we need to be worried about. And we can also see if the condo complex might already be approved by Fairway, in which case we can streamline that transaction a lot more. So those are the 8 things that can help get your buyer's offer accepted. Give me a call if you have any questions on any of that. happy to answer your questions on that or anything else loan related. We are watching out this weekend. Justin on my team, my production partner, is on call this weekend, so he'll be watching if you guys have any buyers that need help getting pre-approved or have any questions. Once again, my name is RJ Baxter, Fairway Independent Mortgage. Have a great rest of your day.